Hi everyone. So Mardi Gras is over and I was working for a week straight. I got sick, of course, so I'm going to be powering through this video. These sunglasses and this shirt were left behind by some drunken people during Mardi Gras, so I think it's an appropriate thing to wear for this video. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this lately because twice in the last month I've gotten way too drunk, and it's got me wondering why. Alcohol is a depressant, a legal drug, and on top of that, it is expensive as shit at bars. I think it's something like a 400% markup on the liquor at regular bars. But I think a logical reason for drinking really breaks down, and maybe it's something we can't really enumerate upon. Why would I want my senses dulled? To be as out of control as a kid throwing a temper tantrum? Maybe sometimes we desire to be irrational to achieve unity with an absurd universe. Or we just want to fuck sometimes, or something. Liquid courage. Now I look back into my history and tried to figure out what got me started drinking in the first place. Have you ever done that? You should. It seems relevant. I wouldn't say that I have a particular addiction to alcohol or that alcohol's been a problem in my life, but I will admit, and I tend to abuse it when I do drink it. It's one of those things where I have an X number of drinks, and then I just don't realize how many I've already had, so I keep having more. So, you know, feeling like shit the next day. As if the pathetic things I did weren't enough. I have to recoup the next day on top of that. When I was growing up, my dad drank beer and my mom drank wine. I didn't get why. As far as first drinks go, I accidentally chugged some champagne at my aunt's wedding when I was like 7. I thought it was Sprite. Now, consciously, the first time was at my friend's house when I was 15. He wanted us to drink some Brugal, so I accepted. It was a peer pressure thing. I personally didn't have any desire for the burning beverage. For him, he had a lot of older brothers and family traditions that involved alcohol. My own family has different sorts of traditions. A few months later, I was with another group of friends in an empty apartment. We drank vodka or something. I can't even remember, of course. But things got so wacky that the police came. I don't know how we got out of that one. We punched a hole in the wall and tried to run out of the back, but the police just left because my friend lived in one of the units. So for the rest of high school, alcohol just seemed to be one of those things that was present at parties. I had an older friend that I started hitting up to buy me alcohol. On the other end of things, I had some friends who refused to drink, and some who still do to this day. Whether they were collectively straight edge, or they were doing it for personal reasons. Like I said, I never had a huge problem with it. But now that I've lived in New Orleans for a while and I'm realizing it's a party town, I'm starting to get shaky about the whole premise. I usually don't go to bars, although I do love going to see concerts and doing open mics at bars. There's definitely a social aspect to bars, but I'm pretty inept to that capacity. I never want to go out alone or step into a bar and start talking to strangers. And I also think it's ridiculous to buy a girl a drink. I might get into that on another video, perhaps. There's always people that go out and they end up getting sick. I mean, geez, I wonder how much commercial alcohol that is produced essentially ends up as vomit. But back to New Orleans. There's such a drinking culture here, as you can imagine. I mean, I work at a bar. It's how I make a living right now. That's so weird to me. I make a living off whatever it is that some people want to get super drunk. Keeping in mind that this process has no narrative value and no substantial benefits to our body. That being said, I do drink red wine as prescribed by Bukowski when I'm writing, but that's occasional. Alcohol is just what a lot of adults do to have fun these days, I suppose. Myself included. But what the hell? It's so easy to turn a fun time into a really bad memory on alcohol, or no memory at all. And just so you know, I can think of 7 substances off the top of my head that alter your consciousness so that you have more fun than on alcohol, are less dangerous, but are of course illegal. Alcohol's fun, but it's a lower good, aka not ideal. I don't want an intoxicant. I want human connectivity. Anyway, I'd like to hear what you think and what you drink, or why you don't. Leave a comment below. It would mean a lot to me if you could click that red subscribe button right below the video. That'll get you notifications on when I post new content onto the channel. Thank you, everyone. This is Ryan Sarblok, and you better have a good day. Watching you.